Hey folks, we're back with a new video, and this time we're unboxing the new ZenBook Duo 14 UX482 from ASUS. This is the latest iteration of the dual screen design the company first showed off with the ZenBook Pro Duo 2 years ago and expanded on last year with the ZenBook Duo 14 UX481. This new model features a few significant upgrades to its design, features, and specifications, including a new hinge for its now tilting ScreenPad Plus, Screen Expert 2.0, which is the second generation of its ScreenPad software, an 11th generation Intel Core processor, and Intel's Iris Xe GPU, and many more. Before we unbox the new ZenBook Duo 14, it also comes with a leather laptop sleeve with a fabric interior and a loop for the included stylus. So let's take a look at the new ZenBook 14. Alright, so first off, you can see the laptop itself. And then you have paperwork, the usual paperwork, the included stylus that I mentioned earlier, as well as this flexible stand you can prop the laptop on to get better viewing angles for the ScreenPad Plus, the monitor, and a better typing experience with the keyboard. Lastly, there's a 65-watt Type-C charger, and that's pretty much what's included in the box of the ZenBook Duo 14 UX482. So let's take a closer look at the new ZenBook Duo 14. Let's take off this plastic sticker. There you go. Here's the new ZenBook Duo 14 with the tilting ScreenPad Plus. The ZenBook Duo 14 UX482 still features a magnesium aluminum alloy chassis and lid that comes in what ASUS calls a celestial blue finish, but is now 50 grams lighter and 3mm slimmer than last year's model. The most significant change with the new UX482 though is its new hinge design that not only tilts the ScreenPad Plus when the lid is opened, but also lifts one edge of the laptop off the table to not only improve the viewing angle of the display and ScreenPad Plus, the latter of which was a concern with the previous models, but to also facilitate the AAS Plus cooling, which pulls in air through the opening between the chassis and the ScreenPad Plus, and exhausts it between the chassis and the display. The space below the lifted body allows air to flow beneath the laptop to improve cooling even further. ASUS says this design improves airflow by 49%. Even with everything it's doing, the new hinge in the UX482 is also smaller than the one on the previous model, allowing the laptop to be slimmer than its predecessor. ASUS was also able to make the new ZenBook Duo thinner by redesigning its internals, which include utilizing a 10-layer PCB and splitting it into a main motherboard and a daughter board. It also features a new thermal design that includes two fans equipped with more blades than the previous generation, as well as a wider and more efficient 10mm heat pipe, both of which help the laptop maintain a sustained CPU TDP of 28 watts. For users who like to partially close the lid of their laptops when they step away from it, the ZenBook Duo 14's 2G sensors reduce its CPU TDP when it detects that the lid is partially closed to limit power consumption and improve its battery life. The main display of the UX482 is a 14-inch Full HD IPS level nano edge touch display, flanked by slim 4mm side bezels. It features a 100% RGB color gamut, Pantone validation, and a maximum brightness of 400 nits. The brightness of the 2.65-inch ScreenPad Plus has also been improved to match the main display, but more importantly, the ScreenPad Plus now features several improvements with its new Screen Expert 2 software that make it more versatile and intuitive to use. The new Screen Expert Control Center, which can be docked to the left, right, or bottom of the ScreenPad Plus, makes it easier to access some of its basic features such as brightness adjustment, the app navigator, task swapping, task groups, settings, and more. There are also a set of new features that can be accessed via the control panel, including the new touchpad mode that turns the ScreenPad Plus into a typical touchpad, and the new app launcher that gives users an easy way to launch apps on the ScreenPad Plus. ASUS also added a new control panel app with Screen Expert 2.0 that gives users a customizable digital control panel for use with supported apps. Currently, the app supports several Adobe software including Premiere, After Effects, Photoshop, and Lightroom Classic. When users open any of these programs, the app automatically opens a corresponding control deck suited for each software that gives users easy access to certain functions such as zoom, brightness, contrast, and more via sliders, buttons, and dials. Users will also be able to customize the functions and positions of each of the panel's controls, and the app will automatically launch the deck assigned to each program. Internally, the UX482 is powered by either an Intel Core i5-1135G7 or i7-1165G7 processor, up to 16 GB of 4266 MHz LP DDR4X RAM, either Intel Iris Xe graphics or an NVIDIA GeForce MX 450 GPU, and up to 1 TB of PCIe 3.0 x4 NVMe SSD storage. It also has Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.0, Harman Kardon certified audio, a webcam that supports Windows Hello, and a microphone array with noise cancelling and Cortana support. ASUS has also made some changes to the I/O ports for the new ZenBook Duo 14. One of the USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A ports and the USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type C port have been replaced with two Thunderbolt 4 ports that support both display output and power delivery. Because of this, ASUS has removed the dedicated power adapter port and replaced the old power adapter with one that plugs into one of the two Thunderbolt 4 ports. This means that when you're charging the laptop, you'll be short one USB port than you would have on the previous model. The rest of the ports on the UX482 remain the same, including the HDMI 1.4 port, one 3.5mm combo audio jack, and a microSD card reader. Lastly, ASUS claims the 70 watt-hour battery of the ZenBook Duo 14 can last up to 17 hours, but will depend on your configuration, settings, and usage. There you have it, folks, the new ZenBook Duo 14 UX482. From the onset, I'm pretty impressed with the new hinge design with the tilting ScreenPad Plus. While I'm still not a big fan of the right-hand side touchpad because I am left-handed, it's a necessity to fit in the new ScreenPad Plus. I'm excited to see how well this new ZenBook Duo 14 UX482 performs with a new cooling solution, and seeing how well the Screen Expert 2 features work, especially with supported programs such as Adobe Premiere and Photoshop. So far, the new design, features, and specifications of the UX482 are all pretty impressive. And it's actually one of the few laptops I actually consider being innovative with its features, specifically with the ScreenPad Plus. We'll be publishing our full review of this laptop very soon, and if you'd like to see that, please subscribe, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.